competitiveness.
7 scoreless against the Yankees his last time out. Victor Robles waves at his first fastball, 0-1. Robles not conducive to being productive leading off, and a good slider by Scherzer has Robles in a 2-strike.
League squad.
So they put it in play. They hit into a lot of double plays. A team that has come crashing down very quickly after the euphoria of a World Series just 3 years ago. And Scherzer missed on a Starling Marte walk-off hit. And that slider catches the outside corner, and Robles is French toast for the first time. Justin Verlander, who he started the season ahead of, and Cesar Hernandez taking up and away ball 1. And Scherzer's now just 20th year for Hernandez, the former Philly. Last year in the American League playing for the Indians and the White Sox, he had 21 home runs, which is Escobar in on the edge of the grass against Hernandez, who likes to bunt. And Scherzer misses with a cutter, and it's 2-1. 86 at game time tonight. Very comfortable evening. That's hit in the air to right field, and Marte back a few strides to the edge of the warning track to reel it in. That ball carried well to the opposite field for him. Washington recognizing this could well be his final game as a National. Trade deadline tomorrow. It's contract offer, and the Nats made it be known that he was available. Curveball off the plate, and it's 2-0 before he becomes a free agent. And I just don't know how it happens, Keith. I mean, a team would have to give up.
Brinks truck.
And the thing is, they don't have to make a deal. It's not like a situation where the relationship is so fractured, or he's going to, which doesn't take into account the fact they could have a new ownership by then. Fastball rides inside, and it's 3-2. Last month. 3-2 on the way, and the changeup misses for ball 4, and Scherzer almost had him, but walks him on a 3-2 changeup. The 80. Bill's hitting .302 with his 14 home runs. Switch hitter takes a fastball inside for ball 1.
Well, we were last time.
Many home runs, big and strong. 27 homers last year, but having a much better year this year. 1-1 to Bell.
And he's walked more. He always was a.
Let's have the full shift on against Bell, and he pulls one past Alonso and down the line. Chased toward the line by Marte. Soto to third. He'll have to stop there. The throw goes to second, but nobody's covering, and Soto breaks for the plate.
Scherzer has to back up home. No one's home at third.
Curveball in for a strike to Yadiel Hernandez, so it'll be a double and error on Marte. Run 1-0 Washington. And Hernandez swings through a fastball, and it's 0-2.
That is the Mets. You talk about rare error, Gary. Their 45th error on the year.
And that the Mets have allowed. Hernandez fouls back a high fastball. Down with a run home. And Scherzer tries the changeup, couldn't get him to bite, and it's 1-2. And Hernandez pops one up on the left side. Lindor and Escobar tracking it, and Francisco takes charge of it. That retires the side, but the
Hunter, good hitting. He's in close. And that's Nelson Cruz up now to start the inning. Remember, we got Scherzer working today. He likes to work.
It's only the second outfield assist for Juan Soto this season. Off the plate to Cruz, and it's 2-0.
Here it is again. Pro had to get him 2 outs.
And Max doesn't get the call from Vanover.
In third inning of yesterday's game, they had 5 hits. And now a third time.
He's got good lifetime numbers against Scherzer. And he floats one out to right field, and there is Marte. And he has to reach down to get it.
At innings, each time they scored 3 runs.
Here's the young shortstop, Luis Garcia. Baseman. Still just 22 years old. And the curveball from Scherzer misses outside. And for the second straight batter, the Max with the lead for the first time. And Garcia takes a fastball for a strike. It would be really hard to walk walks.
That's right, folks. 2.
2-2 to Garcia with Keibert Ruiz waiting on deck. Now, tomorrow is going to be. I don't know about you, but I don't expect the Mets to make a whole lot of huge moves. Maybe some small ones for relief. Nerve-wracking.
Yes.
And you can understand that. Swing and a miss, and Scherzer takes care of Garcia with a slider.
Remember, I don't recall that.
Here's Ruiz. But what's fascinating to me about that is now all the Mets starters are throwing first pitch curveballs.
Well, what does
had that kind of impact? Because now Walker's doing it, and Carrasco's doing it, Bassett's doing it. 1-1 to Ruiz, for whom Scherzer was traded last summer. It was Keibert Ruiz. And Ruiz a nice first season in the big leagues. He drills this one deep toward the right field corner, but that'll hook and go foul. Not by much, though. Switch hitter batting from his better side, and he waves at the changeup for strike 3. So Scherzer goes to the off. The Nats in the bottom of the third. Maikel Franco leads off. Franco has done some of his best work over the year. He's played most of the third base with Carter Kieboom out for the year. He had really hoped that Kieboom this year would take the job of a team that's got a lot to figure out. And they basically tore down any chance they become a free agent, but to trade Turner as well, who still had time on his deal. Grounded down to third, and Escobar takes care of Franco. Walker has been fabulous.
Yes.
Carrasco and Bassett have done their job. Push bunt by Robles and right to Alonso for the second out. They want Pedro Martinez and Johan Santana with the Mets. 6 in a row. And it's topped foul, and it's 0-2. Last in the league. They've given up 150, which is the most in the league. So they're minus of the National League,
really,
which goes back to 1876. I think that's probably about as good a punctuation. Look at Soto. He's got more than a quarter of their home runs. Scherzer with a good cutter strikes out Hernandez. That's 4 strikeouts for Max, who's retired. It's always an awkward situation with a fan base and a player. I mean, the Cubs made it known that he's going to be traded, and so that enabled the fans to give him a real send-off or goodbye if indeed he's not going to be here tomorrow. Drills this one out to deep center field. Back goes Nimmo to the warning track. Back at the wall. It's out of here. Juan Soto with his 21st home run of the year, and if it is his last game as a National, he leaves them with one to remember.
Well, he was pull.
They're drilling one well beyond the seats in left center field. Curveball misses to Bell. 10 feet off home run from Soto. And Scherzer blows a fastball by Bell, and it's 2-2. First hit was Bell's double that eventually scored the first run, and this one yanked foul on a cutter. It's interesting, ever more so than in his confrontations with Aaron Judge. And the changeup misses 3-2. He's been a little.
They're 30 games behind right now.
And a good back foot cutter. Take care of Bell. That's 5 strikeouts for Max.
Have hurt you? Well, basically, you've got Soto.
Hernandez takes one the other way, and he's got himself a base hit. There's the third hit against Scherzer, a 1-out single against Judge, knowing exactly how he wanted to pitch him. As that was hit toward the hole, and will go through for a base hit for Cruz. Hernandez will go first to third, so McNeil shaded toward the bag, and Nelson Cruz hit it. And Garcia lines one the other way. He's got a base hit, and that'll bring in a run. Third straight hit. Hernandez with 1 out, and Keibert Ruiz, the number 8 hitter, and he takes changeup outside for ball 1. Inning 5 for the night, and Ruiz gets one off the fists of foul ball.
And there's that slider.
And he's got a couple of big outs to get here. And Ruiz pops one up. Infield fly rule will be called. The batter is out, and Alonso squeezes it 2 away. Time. That's pop foul backing out of play. If I'm the home plate umpire and I'm not be at first with 2 out. And Franco gets under one. Shallow left field. Lindor retreating and calling. And that retires the side. Top of the batting order for Washington against Max Scherzer, who had a rough 4th inning. And he gets first pitch slider in to Victor Robles for a strike.
Got his pitches up. Really missed with a lot of pitches. For the order for the Nationals.
Robles flies one out to right, playable for Marte. And Starling trying to put together big numbers for this team. You got some help behind you because Bell's having a good year, and Nelson is of 293 and 307. Not getting a whole lot of traffic in front of you. And again, Soto will come up with 2 out and nobody on after the comebacker from Hernandez. Soto's walked and homered tonight, this time bluffing a bunt with the Mets in the full shift. I'm not sure whether he really meant that or not, but trying to final show in DC. Not that he's going to be voted out of office, nothing like that. How many make their swan song? I just think it would take such an enormous player control of a team control.
You know what's really amazing? It sees Scherzer's dialing it up a little more.
Dollars, the guys who start their careers early and play at such a high rate. He's a call strike 3 and 2. That's how Alex Rodriguez got the contract he did. That's how. 3-2 coming to Soto, and he fouls back the fastball. Scherzer going mano a mano there and coming right on head to head in a 1-run game. 3-2, and he missed with a changeup for ball 4. Second time that he's walked him on a 3-2 changeup. Same. He's already got 3.5 brilliant years in. Outside to Josh Bell, who doubled back in the 1st inning. Seen him in some of his prior starts. Left that changeup out over the plate, and it's foul.
Or 7.
Fastball foul back 1-2. Well, 1-2 coming just inside. On the Gosix, probably not. 2-2 coming to Bell. And he lifts this one along the left field line. A long run for Canna into foul ground. 0-2 coming to Bell. And he muscles one in the air to shallow center. Lindor going out. Nimmo coming in. Nimmo will get there, and he makes the catch. Out by Francisco Lindor's 3-run homer. Yadiel Hernandez taking all the way. Ball 1. Hernandez Scherzer in that 4th inning. And the curveball bends in for a strike, and it's 1-1. And Max is not allowed enough, but got around that, and then the Mets extended their lead in the 6th. Hernandez pops one up into shallow left, and Canna coming on to call. 1 out. There's Nelson Cruz, who's 1 for 2. Cruz fly to right. There's a good slider by Scherzer, who hasn't had his best one tonight. Ball and a strike to Cruz. 38-year-old pitcher. That's hit sharply. Lindor with a nice backhand stop, and has time to throw out Cruz.
Nice strong throw.
Luis Garcia, who drove in a run with an opposite field single his last time up. Scherzer, as he tries to finish off the 6th. His last start, he threw 7 scoreless innings against the Yankees. Had Sam Jones in 1934. And hit hard into right field, a base hit. Sad Sam Jones was 42 when he threw his scoreless stint on his last start. And Keibert Ruiz lifts one out to left center. Should be easy for Canna. Korn side. Mets will get the bullpen going in case Max needs help in the 7th. Maikel Franco fouls one off, and he's down on the count 0-2.
Buck would love.
Franco's grounded out and popped up 0 for 2. And he fouls back the slider. Victor Robles, right-hand hitter on. And skim just foul. That's of another lefty in the bullpen, and Sam Clay. And Franco tops one foul. Scherzer having trouble putting Franco old haunts for the second time. And Franco hits that one on the ground foul. 0-2 coming. And it's popped up. McNeil on the outfield grass. Reels it in. 1 out. Robles is 0 for 3. And takes the curveball outside for ball 1. And the fastball just misses away. 2-0. And he misses down, and it's 3-0 to Robles, and this could be his last batter. You got the switch hitter Hernandez, so he's at a season high. There's a strike.
He's going to have to go after Robles here.
Chopper into right field. Over comes Marte to get it.